Hey YouTube. Um, this is going to be an RA update, primarily somewhat about my life as well, but RA is my life right now. I started, whoa, Orencia, and it's a weekly subq. This is, tomorrow will be my third dose, my third week on it. But over the past 2 weeks, I really haven't noticed much of a difference. But then again, it takes about 3 months to build up in your system. So, yeah, and it comes in these nifty little pre-filled syringes. The needle really is tiny. Like, I don't know if you can see this or not. I'm trying to show you at the bottom. Yeah. So it's really, really tiny. And I'm definitely going to have to make sure I disinfect that before I use it. But you get this little pack of 4. Good for 4 weeks, you know. What was I going to say about it? The first time I injected it, I was in a hurry. I was in the doctor's office, and they gave me a sample to get me started until my insurance approved this, and I just like jabbed it in, squirted it up, I was gone, and I didn't even take the time to realize that I didn't feel the needle go in, I didn't feel any burning, any stinging, and I had no injection site reaction whatsoever. So that's a plus. I'm pretty happy with that so far, you know? Now last week when I did mine, I completely botched it. All the pieces, like, instead of going in at this lovely little 45-degree angle that they tell you to go at, I definitely went in at like a 20, and it wound up like having a little bubble on my skin, my leg, where I injected it, where the medicine was. And so before I took the needle out, I tried to rub it just a tiny bit to see if that stuff would absorb a little better. I took the needle out, and the medicine started coming out of the hole. And so I like applied a lot of pressure with my thumb. I just screwed it up. I'm good at screwing things up. But so I don't know. I mean, it's inside me somewhere. I just, yeah. And I did get an injection site reaction the second time, but I mean, I did get a bruise, a pretty significant bruise, but you know, I didn't do it right, and I also put a lot of pressure with my thumb, and that's what it started out as a thumb bruise that just kind of grew to about that big. But you know, that's okay. I was gonna say, I haven't noticed, you know, like I said, there's no injection site reaction besides the one I screwed up. I've noticed an increase in low back pain, which I don't know if that's a side effect, because I refuse to look at side effects of medication, because I promise you, if it says side effect is a headache, I will have a headache, just because I read it. So I'm guessing it's probably a side effect, but honestly, that back pain and, you know, a little Bengay, I'm okay, you know. Stretching and everything, you know, is doable. It's not hindering me right now. What is hindering me is the sheer exhaustion. And I mean, I feel stupid even talking about this, and angry at myself that I can't just get through it and, hey, wake up, face the day, time to go. And there's just days I can't do it. I can't get out of bed. I can't go places that I want to go and that I've been preparing for so long, and it sucks. It just sucks, and I feel crazy because I've been through some pretty awful depression stages in my brain where I felt like that, but ultimately I could always get up and do something. But there are days where I physically cannot. And I think that's the hardest thing, is it's not an emotional hurdle, it's a physical one. Um but yeah. I also noticed my face is breaking out a little bit more, but I mean, that could be a side effect of the medication, or it could just be the time of year. It's warmer, more humid, and I'm touching my face, wiping it a lot more, you know. Um, what else have I noticed? I I don't know. Like, I haven't really noticed anything. Like I said, it takes about 3 months to fully build up in your system, and so I'm gonna keep you guys updated, probably like every month, um, on what I've noticed a difference in. Right now, like I said, I haven't noticed a difference in anything. Um, I'm still pretty swollen, and my hips are giving me a lot of trouble. My hips and knees, which is weird because it's normally my shoulders, my wrists, my elbows, and my ankles. And now my hips and knees are just like, whoa, I don't like this. Leave me alone. Um, but that's okay. I've noticed a lot of weakness within my wrist. Like if I try to pick up a gallon of milk, it ain't happening. Even a half gallon, I just can't do it. Like I like get it onto my arm and my arm supports it, and then I go and I carry it to the counter or something stupid like that. But I find ways around it. Um, the fridge in general is poopy because it's like it suctions when it closes, and then when you try to open it, it's always fighting and it hurts my elbow. And I actually recently hyperextended my elbow because I'm that awesome. um, I had tossed my phone on the couch and it went snap, and I was like, oh, that feels weird. And I tried to bend it back. I was like, oh, that ain't right. That does not feel right. And I wound up hyperextending my elbow by tossing my phone on the couch. I'm special. Um, I let's see what else. I've gone back on my diet that I stopped a couple months ago when all this blood pressure stuff started happening, and passing out and palpitations and all that. So I'm back on that diet, but I'm trying to not so much count calories as just make wiser choices. Obviously greasy foods and everything aren't going to be the best, and I'm hoping to lose weight, obviously, duh. So I would go on a diet, but also including in that diet things like pineapple juice and ginger and cinnamon and all these things that are natural anti-inflammatories, um, that can really help you. So, and I've also started taking, you might laugh at this, but those little prenatal gummy vitamins. No, I'm not pregnant. no, I'm not planning on being pregnant anytime soon. But prenatal vitamins are the most complete vitamins that you can get. And the gummy ones are just cool because I don't have to swallow them. I can chew them up, like all my other pills. And so I've been taking that for a couple weeks now. I haven't really noticed too much of a difference. I was hoping it would help with my energy levels, but it hasn't. But yeah, and I'm also looking into starting an arthritis support group here where I live because there's currently not one, or at least not an active one. So I'm going to do some research and see what I can do about starting an arthritis support group and maybe even branching off to a specific rheumatoid arthritis support group because I constantly call my friend that has RA and say, am I stupid for feeling this way? Am I crazy? Is it just in my head? So I think that's going to help. And that'll be a fun little project this summer. Other than that, that's all I've got, really. I hope everybody's doing okay, and I appreciate the comments, and I appreciate you watching this.